leveling the field for new Israeli settler homes. For the 2,400 Palestinian residents of Al-Walajeh, dust and debris is the least of their troubles. Israel is slowly but surely walling in their village, turning it into a so-called seam zone, squeezed between settlements and the separation wall, isolated from their Palestinian surroundings. The village will soon only be accessible through one gate that will be manned by the Israeli army. Meanwhile, the existing settlement of Har Gilo will continue to expand, and a planned brand new settlement, shown here by the purple shading, will be constructed.
The West Bank area is becoming much more like Indonesia. You know, Indonesia is all islands and separated by sea, except we don't have the sea. We are separated by Israeli-controlled territory. We don't have any connection unless we go through an Israeli-controlled territory.
But for the settlements to boom, he says, Palestinian communities must go bust. The reality of settlement expansion here is closer than one might think. 3 little steps and you can see it in plain sight. Israel's illegal wall being constructed to shield off one of the many settlements in the area. It also explains why Al-Walajeh, like other seam zones, are shrinking. Once construction is completed, this town will turn to 1/3 of its size. Like most Palestinian villages, Al-Walajeh depends on the nearby cities like Bethlehem and Beit Jala for basic services. The head of the village council fears severing this lifeline will turn Al-Walajeh into a fading memory.
I'm not willing to leave my land. I'd rather die. But I have to convince my son to stay. Soon he will marry, get a job outside the village. If his son gets sick, he will need to take him to the doctor. All these factors, I fear, will push people to leave their land.
Some, like Mustafa, have nowhere else to go. This shepherd of 40 years says walling in the village will deny him his livelihood.
My herd will become prisoners, like us. Only God can save them.
Next door, Walid says there's nothing to keep him here anymore.
If I can't enjoy my life, I can't enjoy my freedom. What good will my house and money do if I can't jump in my car and go where I want?
Ahmad services the town with cooking gas. The prospect of gating the village fills him with dread.
If I have to come through a checkpoint to get here and then wait for hours, well, I might as well stay at home.
Behind the closed doors in Washington, maps and charts will fill the tables and the conversation. But this issue is very real here, bearing the names and faces of ordinary people with ordinary dreams. Nour Odeh, Al Jazeera, Al-Walajeh.